Now, coming up, as a heads up, you only have a couple days left to pay your property taxes. The taxes are technically due tomorrow, but because the date falls on the weekend, you have until Monday. That date, though, is not negotiable, and there are no payment plans. You have to do that earlier in the year. If you do need to pay, you've got a few options. Pulaski County Treasurer Deborah Buckner says you can pay by phone, website, in person at the office at 2nd and Broadway, or Centennial Bank branches in Central Arkansas. Now, if you don't pay, there is a 10% penalty. Some exciting news for the Spa City tonight. Hotel Hot Springs will soon be home to 2 new restaurants. Tonight, THV 11 Shalissa Garza gives us a closer look at how soon you can plan your next vacation.
It was built in 1986, was originally a Hilton, and in 1996 the owner changed it to an independent called the Austin Hotel.
The Hotel Hot Springs is now Arkansas owned and operated.
It's a great location. We feel like it's been very underutilized.
Keith Holland is one of the owners and is excited for what they have in store, starting with bringing back restaurants like Coy's Steakhouse, which used to be in Little Rock.
In the case of Coy's, which was much better known, it had been around since 1945, burned in 2009.
They'll also be bringing back Satellite Cafe,
which was a restaurant I owned in Little Rock. It was around for about 15 years.
Right now, the hotel has a sports bar, but that will soon go away to make room for Coy's. And Satellite Cafe will go here on the other side of the lobby.
We met with interior designer a couple days ago, and I think we've got the satellite plan finalized, and we're still working on the Coy's plan.
Holland says this is an exciting new era for the hotel, and they have more plans in store beyond expanding the food options.
We're also going to put in a pool, we're going to put in a spa, and a fitness center.
The goal is to add to visitors' experience and continue being a staple in the Spa City.
We want you to be able to experience the local atmosphere, the local cuisine, the local activities.
In Hot Springs, Jalissa Garza, THV 11 News.
The goal is to get Satellite Cafe opened by late February. Over on Capitol Hill, the race for Speaker of the House continues. Representative Jim Jordan of Ohio won a secret ballot vote for the nomination by Republicans yesterday. There has been pushback from some Republicans, skeptical if Jordan can get enough support to get the 217 votes needed to win on the House floor. He's facing competition from Georgia Congressman Austin Scott, who filed yesterday saying he wants to, quote, lead a House that functions.
Last night, which I think we have. So we will go to the conference and talk with our colleagues. But I feel real good about my side.
If we as Republicans get the majority, we have to do the right things the right way. We're not doing that right now.
While the timeline remains up in the air, House Democrats are urging their members to be ready to vote on a moment's notice. This weekend, thousands of healthcare workers are back at work following the largest medical strike on record. 75,000 Kaiser Permanente workers are set to ratify a new deal this Wednesday. In Hollywood, a show of solidarity as writer and director unions joined the Screen Actors Guild in a statement demanding the studios get back to the bargaining table. While writers are back at work, industry experts say without actors, it will take months to get a full slate of TV shows and movies. The number of Americans killed in the Gaza Strip has grown. The Biden administration is stepping up attempts to get Americans out of the area before the Israeli ground campaign begins. Bradley Blackburn has more details.
President Biden says Hamas is causing the deaths of thousands of civilians in the Gaza Strip.
Innocent Palestinian families, and the vast majority have nothing to do with Hamas. They're being used as human shields.
The U.S. is still looking for a way to get American citizens stuck in Gaza out. This man said the U.S. Embassy told him to show up at a checkpoint by noon Saturday, but the Egyptian guards weren't letting anyone through. At least 29 Americans have been killed in the conflict. Israel has conducted a heavy bombing campaign in the aftermath of Hamas militants' surprise attack.
A week ago, we saw hate manifested another way in the worst massacre of Jewish people since the Holocaust.
Biden spoke on the phone Saturday with both Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Netanyahu met with soldiers in southern Israel who were massing near the Gaza border. He told them the next stage is coming and asked if they were ready. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The U.S. aircraft carrier, the USS Eisenhower, is now joining the USS General Ford in the eastern Mediterranean in case U.S. military support is needed.